Good morning. So I honestly, right before starting this, had to double check what time it was because I was very confused and unsure if it was still morning, but it is. I thought that I would start off this very first vlog of winter quarter with an outfit of the day, and that is purely based on the fact that I am unsure how many days I will actually get dressed this week. So this outfit is brought to you purely based on the power of mostly owning black clothing and putting it out the night before, which was a feat in and of itself. So it is a bit of a miracle that I am wearing a real outfit because I ended up having a very late study session last night and just couldn't be helped. And at least I'm prepared for class, or mostly. I just finished with my first two classes of the day. First one started at 8:30 and it's now lunchtime. And after lunch, I'm going to try to finish up for that class and then get ahead for my class tomorrow. But now I'm going to have lunch really quick because I'm so hungry. I haven't had anything except for this coffee and this water, so I'm gonna get on it. So it's like 4:30 and I was hungry after class, so I have made a snack, and honestly it could have been dinner, but I already made dinner, and if I have dinner after staying up so late so early, I will just be asleep, and I needed to read for tomorrow. So I'm gonna have a snack. I'm going to read for con law because that's the only class I have for tomorrow, and once I have that out of the way, I'll see where I'm at. But I kind of would like to read for Creme and for my Vedlit research and writing class, just because I'll have to do it for Wednesday anyway, and hopefully do some reading before bed. We shall see. I just finished with my first and only class for today. Tuesdays and Thursdays are really good for fitting in things that need to get done, and honestly just like resting a little bit. But I had my test scheduled for today and could not get it because, well, my test was originally scheduled for yesterday. They canceled it. I think they reset the system because they were doing a new location. I did not know they were doing a new location, so when I made my appointment for today, I went back to the old one and missed that. So that's my chance for today. I'll have to go tomorrow, which is not great because as open as Tuesdays are, Wednesdays are a lot. And like, that's saying it's a lot not having gone through it, but I have all of my classes on Wednesday, so like starting at 8:30, ending I think at like 6:15, 6:30. So it is a full day. I do have about a 2 to 3 hour lunch break in the middle of the day, which is when I will try to take my test if I can get a spot in. But yeah, so just finished with my class. It was con law, and I'm a little bit sad. So this quarter we're all in 3 classes, 2 core classes, and then another research and writing class. Last quarter we were in 3 core classes and then the research and writing class, and so I had 2 classes with just my section, the research and writing class, and then 1 smaller core class. And now I am in 2 bigger core classes but not a smaller core class with just my section, and so they have like 60 people. My section is still in it with me, so we can still chat over Slack, but it's just not quite the same intimate feeling. I really like my section. I think we get along really well. We don't. Someone asked me earlier last quarter if we had the gunner or who the gunners were in my section. I don't think we have one. And that's not to say that there isn't going to be somebody who like stands out from our section, and somebody who, if we were doing like honors and stuff, the people getting honors, the people who answer questions, but like there's nobody who just like, I don't know, does gunner things. We're all super helpful to each other, and I really appreciated that, because I definitely have been in other classes where I'm like, your section definitely has a gunner or two, but I'm missing out on that small section. I do have a class that is small, or I have two classes that are small. One is my elective class, which has, at this point, I think less than 15 people in it, and that could fluctuate because people kind of will audit classes. Some will take a class and realize they don't like it and they may add this one on, but I don't think it's going to get bigger really, so that's nice. I will get that feeling from that. And then I also have my Fed Lit, which is a research and writing class that I'll have over the next two sections. It is a small class. It's just not made up of my section. It has a few people from my section in it, and that's nice. And I'm sure it'll be a better way to meet new people, especially since we've been so online. But yeah, so that's how things are going in classes. I think I'm gonna have lunch in like 30 minutes to an hour. I definitely have a quick snack right after class in the form of graham cracker or two. Anyway, so I am going to try, before I really even get into studying, to make a interview cheat sheet template. And this is just for the fact that I applied to interviews over Christmas. Interviews are starting up over the next week or so, for the next, honestly, next couple of months, and it's just, I want something that when I know I have one coming up, I can already have information for like very standard questions that are asked to people in interviews ready to go to look at right before, you know, I start the Zoom interview. And then also the template format is so that specifically I can add in information about the place that I am interviewing, and if I'm lucky, and know who I will be interviewing with ahead of time. Just things to ask either about their background, about their work, any touch points that we have in common. And I will do that if this works for me and I make it through the interview round. I may do a whole video about it at some point, but I don't want to do anything that I don't think I did well and put that out for people to follow, so we will see. I want to get that done because I think it'll be really helpful for me, and it's just better to get it done on the front end and have a template and not start over every single time. Speaking of, yeah, just out in the Slack, somebody from my section, which we still keep our Slack group, somebody just added into a class, and so that means somebody else probably left it, or they decided to add new spaces. So for the one elective that we do get to take, we will be in flux, the classes will be in flux, and then it'll settle down, which is really new because that wasn't an option last quarter. I am also nerding out and looking at all of the Georgia coverage happening today. So I've had lunch, and I have also just messed around and procrastinated for like an hour, and I need to get to work, but it hasn't been that long since lunch, and kind of cold, and now I just want to get in my bed. So I think what I need to do is put on warmer shoes. I'm already wearing socks and moccasins, but that does not matter. I need to put on something warmer because that's where I'm cold. And then make a cup of warm tea, clear off my desk, and do some work. Lego. I took a quick break for dinner and I have 2 more classes to read for, and then I'm gonna get back to my template making. So I have con law to read for, and I probably won't be called on tomorrow just because they've been letting us know and I haven't been notified. And then eventually that'll go to a panel system, and then in crime, even though I've already read for that, also won't be called on because I'm not on panel. I can always volunteer though. And then I have to read, I think, just like a case and then something informational for my writing class, FedLit. So we're good. I just finished reading for my elective, which is like financial regulatory stuff. Should be pretty easy and it's pretty discussion based, so not something you're on the spot for. But yeah, dinner, I changed before dinner because I'm having like a curry where I have rice to go with it and mini samosas, so excited for that. And then I'm gonna use this as a break, and then I'm gonna go right back into my reading because I just want to get done. I like the way that most of my professors seem to be doing things this quarter, and instead of just giving you page numbers to read, which like you don't know what's in them, they're giving us mostly specific cases or specific like articles or something. So I just like knowing how many cases I have to read, because short or long they take time, versus like general informational reading or policy type reading is a little bit less time consuming. So I'm just happy to know most of the time. If I don't know how many cases are in a reading, I will usually look before I get started, just because I don't like being surprised, honestly. So gonna eat, probably watch YouTube or Bravo while I eat, and then get back to doing my work. Anyway, this week is pretty much just me learning how to read again. And I think I'm gonna leave things off here. So I'll see you next week.